They're one of the most endangered tribal species in the world, and now they're being exploited because more and more tourists are going towards the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Tourism in the area is flourishing. There are chartered flights coming in. All of this leading to commercial exploitation of one of the most endangered tribals. Shekhar Singh is a former Supreme Court appointed commissioner. He's looked very closely at the problems of tribals in Andamans. He's joining us now. Vishwajit Pandya is a professor of anthropology. He's an author of the In the Forest Visual and Material Worlds of the Andamanese Histories, one of the leading experts on the people of the Andaman. Dennis Giles is the editor of the Andaman Chronicle newspaper, joining us from the Andaman Islands. Colin Gonsalves is a senior lawyer in the Supreme Court, and Subhash Goyal is the chairman of STIC Travels, leading tour operator in charge of the Tour Operators Association. And the allegation, Mr. Goyal, and I want to put the first question to you, is that it's because of tourism that these people are being exploited. There's so many more chartered flights that are going into Port Blair. That was never the case earlier. It was always much easier to protect the tribals. Now, because there are chartered flights every day, so many of them, that's what's causing all these problems. You are to blame.
You can't stop tourism, but at the same time, you cannot blame tourism for exploitation, because this is something which has been done in connivance with the local authorities or the police. Because going to that island till 2 months ago was prohibited and foreigners were not allowed to go. And I have spoken to the tour operators and even my company, which is organizing tours to Andaman Nicobar Island. Mostly the people, the domestic tourism from India is going to see the cellular jail, to see the sound and light show, to have water sports, to see the coral life.
No, this is part of the attraction. It's not just about the sound and the light show. I've been on a holiday to the Andaman Islands myself. There are convoys that leave every single morning. There are people who promise you these tribal dances. You have to pay money and you get to see these dances. It's all because of the tour operators.
No, we have in fact protested. Even today we have sent a message to the Secretary of Andaman Union Territory saying that this needs to be stopped. I mean, there are people who take tours for slums, and we have protested against that. There are people who are going to Bastar and some other tribes. You see, there is so much to show in India. India is one of the greatest shows on planet Earth. Why do we have to spoil the privacy of this island? And this is one of the rarest tribes, and let it flourish in nature.
These problems, sir, have got accentuated since the time so many chartered flights started going to the Andamans.
I'm sorry. You see, I strongly condemn this incident, and as president of the tour operators, I take strong objection to this, that it is the tourist lobby. No, there are black sheep in all governments. There are wrong people. It's a criminal act. You see, if the Supreme Court has passed a law that this road needs to be closed and there is a sea route, now there are seaplanes also, which Pavan Hans, which called its Jal Hans, has started. So there are various methods of, so the culprit is the people who are not closing the route. Don't blame the tourist lobby on this. Tourism is there to eradicate poverty in those areas where the tourist goes. The tourists are not supposed to go. Only last 2 months.
Subhash Goyal saying that it's not the problem of the tourists and the tourism lobby. The problem is with the state administration, which is not following Supreme Court directions.
Yes.
Therefore, don't blame the tourists.
So why are you blaming the tourists?
Thank you very much for joining us.